Two lines from the bottom on Lamed Dalet. And the last point that we finally concluded is explaining the principle where the Gemara says, Hamoir Shabor Machzir Lemutav. That in Torah there is something that is unique in Torah. It's not even in mitzvahs. Mitzvahs is rotzen. In Torah there is the moyer itself. Atmos itself. Even though Torah is Chochmah, so we explained that there are two distinct levels in Yom Chochmah. There is a Chochmah Hagluya, the Chochmah as it is Nimshach, that is presented in the form of Tam v'Seichel, and then there is the essential Chochmah. The essential Chochmah, this is the as we explained, within the Atzmos, the awareness of what Atzmos is. This is the Chochmah. That Chochmah, this is not the presenter of Atzmos. This defines Etzem. Because an Etzem that does not know what it is not an Etzem. As we explained many times over. Yesterday, in thinking over, it occurred to me that we have a very clear illustration of this principle that we can very, very readily understand and relate to. And that is ourselves of the human being. And we will discuss this, but not made the point directly. The human being is all capable, literally. As we said, that the human soul does not exist within a confined area. It does not exist within an area, within a definable area. It exists within the reality itself. And as a result of that, to express this nefesh, there are no functional limits. Now, there is the etzem hanefesh of the human being, of the person. And then there is the state where he is actually performing an action. He's walking someplace, he's saying something, he's thinking something, he's learning something. All kinds of different activities that a human being can do. All of these activities are representative of what the essence of a human being is, as we said before. A human being, in essential, in essence, is not bounded. It's a true presence, and that's why he can relate to anything. Now, the question that I would like that we should focus into and kind of get a sense of. When one is not involved in activity, as we saw the story with this boy, he is not aware of any of his capabilities. He's not involved with any of his capabilities. He is resting. He is sleeping. Is there, and Okay, step back a second. At that moment, he is the essence of the person. The essential union that the person has no bounds and all that, that remains true all the time. This is what the nefesh is. The question is, all the capabilities that this essence is able to reveal, is there an awareness of that at the time when he is not doing anything, or there isn't? The answer is absolutely there is. And if there weren't, then it's not an essence. It's an interesting thing. Although the essence itself is way beyond the activity, the performance. Performance is only a derivative of it. But in essence, he knows all the time what he is able to do. And what is able to do? Anything. Anything and everything. This is the person that Torah is addressing. This is the person that Chiddush is talking to. This is why I'm always cautioning and reminding us, if we try to understand Chiddush and Torah by grasping it with our hands, we're not presenting to it our real selves, and therefore we fail to understand it. The first address is the Etzem HaNefesh. At our level, the human soul. That knows no bounds. Anything that is true, he can relate to. He can relate, he can know it. Then to translate that in action and in daily life, that's already an avodah. Take that even on a lower level, on a physical level. As we always say, sight is this wonderful representation of Chokhmah. We're able to see all kinds of different things. We're able to see our way as we're walking in front of us. But we understand sight is not limited to what we are looking at. And our experience of sight has to remember, this is seeing the unlimited reality. That is what sight is. And everything that we see thereafter is within that unlimited reality. And this is why it's also real. Because it's all part of that reality. So while we are looking, so to speak, at the distant horizon, are we cognizant that in this whole area that we are observing, there are all kinds of different things, millions of different details? Are we cognizant of that or not? Or are we thinking, looking into nothingness? And the answer, of course, is no. We are totally cognizant that every last inch of all this whole area is occupied with whole ton different things. And beyond. There's no nothingness.
what's the point? Can you try? I mean, what?
That in Etzem there is everything, and that this everything is present in a cognizable and recognizable manner. That's the seichli within the Etzem. Because without knowing it, it's not there. It is the seichli that gives it its fullest impact, the fullest reality. If when we are opening our eyes and we see the entire horizon and we perceive it as nothingness, we see nothing. We are seeing nothing. It's not a nefesh experience. So the sichli, so the etzemas, this sichli is not something that we are functionally aware of, that we are focusing on everything that we see. Absolutely not. This is what's called etzem hasichli. And then to complete the whole discussion and to remind us the whole time, where does such a thing come from, this etzem, that we see everything without seeing it? The answer is that this is a godly gift. This is the godly truth that the Rebbe should put into us. This is not due to our experience. It's not something that you will gain by experience. This is something which is the essential creation of the human being, of the nefesh. This is where we're getting it from. And in fact, I'm going to complete this discussion. In our little world, in our domain of experience, we talk about God, talking about the creator of the world. How real is it? We only see words. How real is this? Is this something which, I don't want to discuss all kinds of different silly possibilities. The answer is, it's right in front of our eyes. Because our very experience is beyond world. Our very experience in life. Even as I said, in the sight, this is clearly a godly gift. This comes from infinity. This is not something that we acquired by experience. Like men said multiple times during this whole thing, there is a lot and there is all. A lot you can accumulate by experience. All you can't accumulate. All is a godly gift. So we have that reality right in front of our eyes. Not only in front of our eyes, in the deepest crevices of our soul.
So to stay in this realm of truth, it starts with what's in front of your eyes, and then the gift, and then the giver. In other words,
why don't we explain now that the awareness and the essence are one thing. There's no essence without awareness.
But this awareness is not on the level of sight. This awareness is
I'm saying that sight is also emotionalness, right? Sight is emotional. I explained many times that even the most fundamental truth of the soul In our world, because the soul is mislabesh in the goof, in order to become cognizant of it within the confines of the goof, there has to be something that reminds us of it, that wakes us up. That's the trigger. That's a sight. Sight doesn't teach it to us. This is not a derivative of it. It's just the very fact that we can extend our sight to this infinity, that immediately activates that soul. This is where it's coming from. This is what enables it.
Because without this sense, the discussion of Tainug and Chokhmah, you cannot relate to it.
Yeah, that's right. we can relate to, because we have that sense.
Okay, but without that sense, it's...
Without that sense, we're not human beings. And we are only talking to human beings. I understand the objection.
You want to alienate the class.
Huh?
What was the comment?
I don't understand what your comment is. Without being a human being, you're not a human being. Absolutely right. I told you what the guy said to my son over there in Seattle, Washington. Remember what I said? He said to him, I think that human being is superior to an animal. Rabbi, you should say such a thing. Mm-hmm. And since then he didn't talk to him. He alienated this one member of the community. All right. So now we're going, as I said, to the conclusion of this mimer. So he says, and there are 2 lines on the bottom, that, quoting from the Gemara, that in Torah there is the principle of the moir, and the moir is machzir elamuto, brings him back to good, meaning brings him back, even if he's strayed off. So he explains, the gam misha nofal, that even if one who fell in the place of cheshech va'afela, in the place of darkness, and afela means a deep darkness. A deep darkness essentially means where there is not even a trace of light. And bring it back home. Cheshech allows to having 2 perspectives. Yes, it's dark, but it's a possibility of light. And they explained all along, a common theme, that light and sight, that is a spiritual experience. It's a nefesh experience, like we now concluded in this discussion. This is an experience, this is Chokhmah itself, Chokhmah HaNefesh. One falls into a place of darkness where for some reason he cannot relate to this semi-ruchnisdike sense of reality, and he falls into darkness. No, I have to be able to touch it, to identify this by touch. But when I identify with touch, then I have a form to it. Then there is afela. Afela means that there is absolutely no significance, no form at all. Like I said many times, I said that an animal, when he sees an object, it projects, it actually relates to it and how it feels in touch. A human being, when he touches an object in darkness, projects what it looks like. Now, but what its reality is. What if somebody does not even relate to that at all? It doesn't project what it looks like. You only project what it feels like. So therefore, light will not extricate him or not elevate him, because he doesn't recognize the presence of light. Nonetheless, yesh b'koyach haTorah lahachziroi lemutov. There is within the koyach, within the ability of Torah, to bring him back to the good. K'moy haTshuva, just like tshuva. Tshuva, you may learn, and tshuva you will learn that tshuva is touching the very deepest core reality of the soul, and therefore it is able to extricate a person from anything. Torah has that similar power. Nazir limutav. From this essential darkness. Upirish limutav. And what is the meaning of limutav? Exact reference. What is mutav referred to? Hainu bechinas hatoir be'etzem. The mutav means that which gives goodness. The bechinas hatoir be'etzem, that which is good in essence, not that which is good in experience, but that which is good in essence. Torah is able to reconnect him to that. Shekol bechinas toiv, such this essential good, that all aspects of good, of rotzein v'seichel u'midas, nimshochim mimenu, all the good of rotzein, seichel u'midas are drawn from this good. Powerful little line. This point we've made many times. As we said, that the primary essence of Chokhmah is not what he knows. The primary essence of Chokhmah is that there is such a thing as truth. Not what is truth. That truth is a reality, and that reality is truth. This is mutab. This is the source of all good. Otherwise, there cannot be any real good. It's all relative.
So when he's in darkness and a failure, he's missing this idea that there is a truth. He's not conscious of it.
He's not conscious of it. And this is the profound message in this. That even this total denial of reality in Afela, that also comes from Etzem. And the Torah is able to bring this Etzem out to the point where it becomes aware that this is coming. Like we said, Bereshis bara Elokim es hashamayim v'ha'aretz. Yes, you have a whole world, but what is the essence of the world? The essence of the world is that it's a godly creation. This is its essence. In darkness, you're only aware of it. And then Mazira Lumutov, what can counter this it is to know that this is essentially a representation and creation by the reality itself. Because this Metzius that you're touching has no reality. This Metzius that you're touching has no reality. It's real only because I'm touching it. I'm feeling it. But then you come to realize, no, that the reason that there is such a thing as touching, the reason is due to the fact that there is a real truth. This is what's called the Moyer Sheba, the Moyer truth that's in Torah. V'zehu, and that is why is there such a capability and such a presence in Torah. Mitzad shoyresh haTorah, because of the shoyresh of Torah. What is it? Mitzad shoyresh haTorah? Mitzad shoyresh haTorah means not due to the expression of Torah gives the rotzen and on the seichel that Torah is expounded. But because of the root of all that, where that is, what it actually is representing. Shemushreshes, where Torah is rooted, bebechina shashuyim ho'atzmi mamash, in the shashuyim ho'atzmi, in the preoccupation of etzem itself. This is the power, the hidden power in Torah that is able to bring a person out from Afreila. And as we pointed out, just to give us somewhat of a handle, that the seichel of Torah is not based, even though there is seichel and seichel, the tam and so forth, but ultimately it represents an essential truth. An essential truth means that this is true in and of itself. Because of the shoyresh of Torah. In other words, Torah is not seichel based, is not reasoning based. It's based on the shoyresh and the Hashem words.
Shashuim ha'atzmi here, we could say.
The way I translated Hashem is a preoccupation.
This is Tainug Atzmi.
This is Tainug Atzmi. And in Tainug Atzmi there is the Chochma Atzmi. Because Tainug Atzmi without Chochma Atzmi it's not Atzmi.
Shashuyim is
the Chochma.
Emphasizing what is
the Chochma.
The
Chochma. Shashuyim means preoccupation. Tainug is not occupation. Seichel is occupation.
So this is Chochma Atzmi. This is like
Chochma Atzmi. That is rooted in Etzem itself. Like we said, this is what makes Etzem into Etzem. All the way back, said such a drastic statement.
Earlier we said essence knowing himself. This goes on.
Yeah, that's what it is. Hashem wants. And that is represented in Torah. In other words, in our simple terms, the principle of Torah is not to make life livable within the worldly domain. The principle of Torah is to bring the godly reality itself into the world. And the world becomes a godly place. Atzmi. That's enough.
How do you say? That's the perfect.
That's the power. That's the Yin of time. Okay, and this is it for today. Now the thing is like this: as far as Cholamayr is concerned, if we want to learn Cholamayr after davening, we have to make up which minyan we're going to be davening with. There are a couple of minyan here. I don't remember what the schedule is.
I didn't see the schedule.
Huh?
I didn't see the schedule.
It's on the wall over there, I think.
Is it like 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock? Or?
Yeah.